or tap here to share the event with friends and family. The feed is where you'll find updates from administration about what's going on throughout the school, whether that's celebrating a student's success or reminding you about an upcoming deadline.
Search Edgecombe County Public Schools in the App Store or Play Store to explore the app for yourself. It's everything ECPS
In your pocket.
evening, everyone.
Good evening. They can't hear me.
Welcome to our May 12th, 25th regular board meeting. I hope you have had an opportunity to pick up an agenda. We will follow it as printed. The public may be able to view this meeting using youtube.com, Edgecombe County Public Schools. We will declare and call this meeting to come to order. Would you please stand for the posting of our colors by Southwest Edgecombe High School, AFJROTC. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing, if you will, in a moment of silence in reverence to the loss of Attorney Patricia Robinson's father, Mr. Mark Ryan, who recently went home to be with the Lord. Let us bow in a moment of silence for him. Amen. You may be seated.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. We will continue our meeting. At this time, we will ask for approval of our agenda.
Madam Chair, I would like to request tonight to amend the agenda to add one item for action. It'd be under action items 8.9B, approval of the lottery funds application project.
Okay. Hearing none other, could we hear a motion for approval of the amended agenda?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of the amended agenda as printed.
Has been moved and properly seconded that we will approve our amended agenda as printed. Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Now we are at item 3, and for recognitions, Ms. Hoke.
Good evening. Our first recognition this evening is our Employee of the Month. We're excited to celebrate Ms. Sherry Hayes as the Edgecombe County Public Schools Employee of the Month for May. She is the school counselor at Edgecombe Early College High School. She has devoted nearly her entire career to ECPS. She lives here, serves here, and pours her heart into her students every day. Her deep love for our community shines through in everything she does. She is the kind of person who makes everyone around her a better human being through her leadership, her compassion, and her unwavering commitment to doing what is best for kids. Congratulations to Ms. Hayes, the Employee of the Month. We are thrilled to announce 2 exceptional ECPS high school students have been selected to attend the prestigious Governor School of North Carolina this summer. Governor School is a highly competitive 5.5-week residential program that brings together some of the state's most outstanding high school students to explore advanced studies in academics, the arts, and other courses. Please join us in congratulating the following students, both from Edgecombe Early College High School: Cameron Shaw and Avril Fuentes Uscanda.
Estamos muy emocionados de anunciar que 2 estudiantes excepcionales de las escuelas secundarias de ECPS han sido seleccionados para asistir al prestigioso programa de la Escuela del Gobernador de Carolina del Norte este verano. La Escuela del Gobernador es un programa residencial muy competitivo que dura 5 semanas y media. Reúne a algunos de los estudiantes más sobresalientes del estado para explorar estudios avanzados en materias académicas, artes y cursos interdisciplinarios únicos. Acompáñanos a felicitar a Cameron Shaw, Avril Fuentes Escanga de Edgecombe Early High School. Estamos increíblemente orgullosos de estos estudiantes por haber ganado esta oportunidad tan distinguida y por representar a las escuelas públicas del condado de Edgecombe con excelencia. Estas estudiantes.
At this time, we are proud to recognize 2 of our outstanding career and technical education teachers who are making a powerful impact in the lives of their students in the field of CTE. Mr. James Williams is a business teacher at Tarboro High School. He has been named the 2025 CTE Teacher of the Year. Mr. Williams is a dynamic educator who brings real-world relevance and career readiness into the classroom every day. His commitment to student success and excellence in teaching has set a high bar for business education in our district. Congratulations to Mr. Williams. Ms. Amber Davis is an agricultural teacher at Southwest Edgecombe High School. She has been named the 2025 Beginning CTE Teacher of the Year. In just her first years in the classroom, she has already made a remarkable impact, cultivating curiosity, hands-on learning, and a deep appreciation for agricultural sciences. Congratulations to Ms. Davis. At this time, I would like to invite Mrs. Beverly Perry Clark to the stage for the presentation of the W.A. Patilla Alumni Incentive Awards.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the W.A. Patilla School National Alumni Association, congratulations to the 2025 recipients of the 2025 Incentive Awards. The Incentive Awards program honors our community mentors from the youth of the 60s and 70s in the East Harbor and Princeville communities. The Incentive Awards program recognizes one elementary and one middle school student in each Edgecombe County Public Schools. In the name of our 2025 honoree, Dr. Moses A. Ray, dentist, councilman, and mayor who served our community well. Each student will receive a framed certificate and a $50 cash award. We would like to recognize the presence of Mrs. Gladys Ray, wife of Dr. Moses Ray. Mrs. Charlotte Privet is representing Mrs. Ray in her absence. Will you stand? To the 2025 Incentive Awards recipients, please continue to display the outstanding, people-oriented, and academic skills you possess. So now we will honor you. Dr. Bryan and Dr. Wilson, would you come present the scholarship?
Our first recipient is from G.W. Bullock Elementary School, Carson Marshall. From G.W. Carver Elementary School, Gabrielle Lopez Pachilla. From Coker Wimberley Elementary School, Canyon Faison. From Martin Millennium Academy, Jamari Whitehead. From Phillips Middle School, Yamilia Hernandez.
Right here. Stay right there.
Back up, back up.
Back up.
Back
Stay.
up.
Right
That's good.
From Princeville Elementary School, Michaela Andrews. From South Edgecombe Middle School, Camelia San Juan Hernandez. From Stocks Elementary School, Jared Chavez Perez. From W.A. Patilla Middle School, Linsha Joseph. From West Edgecombe Middle School, Malik Hines. From Baskerville Elementary School, Mariah Mabry. From Fairview Elementary School, Kanaria Hyman. From D.S. Johnson Elementary School, Andrew Black. And from Parker Middle School, Drayshawn Gathers.
Okay. And for my certificate for the honoree, who is Dr. Moses A. Ray. Dr. Moses Ray was a true leader who was very active in Tarboro communities, and especially in East Tarboro. He was a native of Clinton, North Carolina, came to Tarboro in 1946 to open a dental office in the Garrett Building on the corner of Church and Panola Streets. Later, he loved his practice across the street on Panola Street, where St. Luke Episcopal Day School once stood and was torn down. Excuse me. His dental practice remained until his untimely death in 1995. He saw a need for improvement in East Tarboro and therefore joined with a group of citizens to form the East Tarboro Citizens League, utilizing urban renewal funding to make community improvements such as paving, streets, and home repairs. To further his goals of local improvements, Dr. Ray ran for the town council and was elected to serve from Ward 7. Dr. Ray became mayor after the death of Mayor Clarence Wickham and was elected by voters for several elections until his death. This made him only the second Black person to serve as mayor of Tarboro since Franklin Dancy became the first Black person elected as mayor in 1882. Dr. Ray served as a leader and member of the North Carolina Board of Transportation, Need Incorporated, and Edgecombe Community College Board of Trustees. He also served on the board of Edgecombe County Credit Union, which provided financial assistance to area farmers, teachers, professionals, local citizens from 1955 until it ended its operations in the 70s. In 1968, under Dr. Ray's leadership, 4 Black churches in East Tarboro came together to secure land, sponsor rental housing for families in the area. They named the 50-unit apartment complex United Metal Court with an ultimate goal of East Tarboro citizens using it as a springboard to home ownership. The 1999 flood destroyed the entire complex, so it had to be torn down and rebuilt in 2003. After moving to Tarboro in 1946, he bought a home on the corner of Lloyd and St. John Streets. He and his wife joined Union Baptist Church, which was located across the street from their home. He became a beloved deacon, adult Sunday school teacher, and senior choir member. He and his wife had 3 children. Dr. Moses Ray spent decades fighting for social change, empowerment, and equal opportunities for the marginalized communities. He was a successful political leader and civil rights activist. So now I will ask Mrs. Charlotte Privet to please accept the award.
Each year, the Edgecombe County Board of Education proudly recognizes Gold Key students, exceptional young people who stand out as positive role models within their schools and communities. These students consistently demonstrate strong character, outstanding behavior, and a commitment to academic success. They go above and beyond, not only in the classroom, but also in the way that they treat others with kindness, respect, and compassion. They are nominated by their teachers for being shining examples of what it means to lead with heart and to strive for excellence. It is now time for the elementary Gold Key students to please line up. So the students from Baskerville, Bullock, Carver, Coker-Wembley, D.S. Johnson, Fairview, Princeville, Stocks, and all students from Martin Millennium Academy, please move to the wall to begin line up.
Cada año, la Junta Escolar del Condado de Edgecombe reconoce con orgullo a los estudiantes con la llave dorada, jóvenes excepcionales que se destacan como modelos positivos en sus escuelas y comunidades. Estos estudiantes demuestran constantemente un carácter fuerte, un comportamiento ejemplar y un compromiso con el éxito académico. Se destaca no solo en el salón de clases, sino también por cómo tratan a los demás con amabilidad, respeto y compasión. Son nominados por sus maestros por ser un ejemplo brillante de lo que significa liderar con el corazón y luchar por la excelencia. Ahora es el turno de los estudiantes de primaria. Pedimos que los estudiantes de la llave dorada de las siguientes escuelas se acerquen a la pared para formar una línea, una fila. Baskerville, Bullock, Carver, Coker-Wembley, D.S. Johnson, Fairview, Princeville, Stocks y todos los estudiantes de Martin Millennium Academy. Por favor, muévanse hacia un lado para formarse.
Students, as your name is called, please come up the steps in front of me. You'll receive your certificate from our Board Chair, Dr. Wilson, and Superintendent, Dr. Bryan. Please stay on stage for the rest of your school's Gold Key winners. Afterwards, we will grab a picture of everyone in your school before exiting the stage on the other side. Parents, please feel free to come forward and take pictures. In order to hear each student's name, please hold all applause until the last student from each school is recognized. Our first school is Baskerville Elementary School. Principal Mr. Lucas has joined us on stage. Our first student is Nevaeh Pittman. Nevaeh has exceeded first grade expectations in literacy. She consistently models excellent behavior. She has demonstrated good communication and leadership skills when given the opportunity. Aubrey Townsend. Aubrey has been an outstanding student and a leader in her classroom. She is a student leader that excels in the area of academics. Ziana Johnson. She has demonstrated academic excellence, a concern for other students, and exemplary character throughout the year. Gregory Jones. Gregory has demonstrated excellent behavior and academic achievement throughout the year. Congratulations to the Gold Key students from Baskerville Elementary School. D.S. Johnson Elementary is our next school. Dr. Lindsay Lee is the principal. Our first student is Denise Joyner. Denise works hard and is a leader that always sets positive examples for her peers. She is kind and always greets others with a smile that will brighten your day. Zamir Lane is a positive leader in and out of the classroom. He is always willing to help others and has a positive attitude in all that he does. His teachers describe him as a student that shows determination and perseverance in all of his efforts. Vanessa Cardenas Alvarez. Vanessa is a vocal leader that can take charge and guide her peers in the best ways. Her teachers describe her as a student always willing to help others and one who is never shy to ask for help when needed.
Vanessa es una líder nata que sabe guiar a sus compañeros de la mejor manera. Sus maestros le describen como un estudiante que siempre dispuesta a ayudar a los demás y que no tiene miedo de pedir ayuda cuando le necesita.
Demaria Green is a quiet leader who demonstrates a strong work ethic in all that she does. She listens intently and is always willing to help with a smile. Congratulations to the Gold Key students from D.S. Johnson Elementary. G.W. Bullock Elementary School is our next school. Principal, Dr. Will Lamb. Our first student is Jazeel Taylor. His enthusiasm for learning and forming friendships in the pre-K program quickly transformed into him being a classroom leader, where he has inspired his classmates to collaborate and engage in enjoyable activities. Terza Fernandez Villalobos. She has a strong desire and eagerness to learn. She has shown truthfulness in her work and interactions, and she has respect for her teachers, peers, and the learning environment.
Tirsa tiene gran deseo y entusiasmo por aprender. Muestra sinceridad en su trabajo y respeto hacia sus maestros, compañeros y el ambiente de aprendizaje.
Ileana Salgado. Ileana is a kind-hearted and well-mannered student who always puts others before herself, eagerly offering to help both her teachers and classmates. No matter the task, she approaches everything with a bright smile and a determined attitude, always giving her best effort.
Iliana es una estudiante amable y educada que siempre pone a los demás antes que a sí misma, ofreciendo su ayuda a maestros y compañeros. Siempre enfrenta cada tarea con una sonrisa y una actitud determinada.
Hermione Black. She is a helping hand to both her teachers and peers and always pushes herself to be the best she can be. She is a great role model for other students as she goes out of her way to make sure her classmates feel comfortable and supported. Congratulations to the Gold Key students from GW. Our next school is GW Carver Elementary School. Miss Lindsay Palmer is the principal. Our first student is Leah Dupree. Leah is a fantastic student who is always lending a helping hand. She is very considerate of others and loves to help them learn. Jet Norval. Jet is a hardworking, respectful, honest, friendly student. He is a role model for other first grade students. He is always willing to help others in need. Johanna Zapatera Hernandez. Johanna is an amazing role model and really works hard each and every day to grow. She always participates in class and pays attention. She excels in and out of the classroom with her academics, and she is a kind and respectful student to her teachers.
Johanna es un ejemplo a seguir. Trabaja duro todos los días para mejorar, participar en clase y prestar atención. Se destaca tanto en lo académico como en su comportamiento. Es amable y respetuoso con todos.
Vanessa Butler. Vanessa has taken on a leadership role in the classroom. She takes initiative in distributing materials for activities and lessons, demonstrating responsibility and a willingness to support her peers and teachers. Congratulations to the Gold Key students from GW Carver Elementary School. Our next school is Coker Wimberley Elementary School. Ms. Cassandra Harley is the principal. Our first student is Emma Simon. Emma has shown tremendous growth this school year, both academically and socially. Not only is Emma dedicated to her learning, but she enjoys helping her peers as well. Onyx Jennings. He ensures that all of his assignments are completed to the best of his ability. He is a two-time winner of the Math Fluency Tournament. He is a dependable classroom helper. He is also kind and friendly to other students. Kenyon Faison. Kenyon is a high-achieving honor student recognized for his perseverance, strong character, and respect for others. Chase Davis. Chase is a kind student that always works hard and tries to do his best. He is an active participant in class and always willing to help others. Congratulations to the Coker Wimberley Elementary School Gold Key students. Fairview Elementary School Principal Cynthia Gorham. Leanne Dowdy is our first student. Leanne always comes to school ready to participate and gives her best effort. She works hard in the classroom and displays great behavior. Natalie Whitaker. Natalie is a student who works very hard in the classroom. She comes to school every day eager to learn. She loves to help her teachers and her classmates. Isabel Greenwood. Isabel is a genuine, respectful student who goes out of her way to help others even when she's not asked. She loves school and excels in all subjects. Jacob Arrington. He sets a great example for his classmates. Jacob works hard and always tries his best. Congratulations to the Fairview Elementary Gold Key students. Princeville Elementary School. Tanika Mercer is the principal. Our first student is Gianna Pittman. Gianna is a pleasure to teach. She loves to learn and always treats others with kindness and respect. Alani Wharton. From the moment she steps in the classroom, Alani radiates positivity and a genuine love for learning. She is always eager to take on new challenges and incorporates new knowledge and enthusiasm. Stefani Woody. Stefani always has a smile on her face. She comes to school eager to learn. She helps others and demonstrates the school's Paul's expectations of being prepared, responsible, working hard, and showing respect. Jamazian Hedgepeth. Jamazian has consistently demonstrated integrity, kindness, and responsibility. He is known for his ability to lead by example, inspiring others through his dedication to both his studies and personal growth. Congratulations to the Princeville Elementary Gold Key students. Stocks Elementary School, Tiffany Mercer is the principal. Tristan Harvey. Tristan is a great role model in pre-K. He comes to school ready to start his day learning while having fun. Leslie Santiago Ortiz. Leslie is a kind student. She is always willing to help others in need. She sets a great example for others inside and outside of the classroom.
Leslie es una estudiante muy bondadosa. Siempre está dispuesta a ayudar a quien lo necesite. Es un gran ejemplo dentro y fuera de aula.
Sophia Cruz. Sophia tries her best in school. She stays on task and participates. She also demonstrates excellent leadership by following rules and expectations and assisting classmates when needed.
Sofía se esfuerza al máximo en clase, se concentra en sus tareas y participa activamente. Además, demuestra un excelente liderazgo a seguir las reglas y expectativas y ayudar a sus compañeros cuando es necesario.
Amia Pitchford. She consistently demonstrates outstanding character, perseverance, and academic excellence. She is hardworking and dedicated She's a hardworking, dedicated student who not only strives for success, but also uplifts her peers and teachers through kindness and community service. Congratulations to the Stocks Elementary School Gold Key students. Martin Millennium Academy, Principal Dr. Kellyanne Mudd. Zamora Worsley. Zamora is an insightful, intuitive student with a quick mind and a natural talent for problem solving. Her confidence will take her far in life, but her sharp wit will take her even further. Avery Bailey. Avery has been an active member of her Girl Scout troop for the past 5 years, consistently demonstrating dedication and community spirit. She plays soccer year-round, often stepping into leadership roles on her team. Avery holds herself to high academic standards and excels in the classroom. Alfonso Gayton Medina. Alfonso consistently strives for academic excellence and sets a strong example for his peers. He is also a remarkable team player, often taking the initiative to support his classmates by helping them understand challenging math concepts.
Alfonso se esfuerza constantemente por lograr la excelencia académica y es un gran ejemplo para sus compañeros. También es un gran compañero de equipo, tomando la iniciativa para ayudar a sus compañeros a entender conceptos matemáticos difíciles.
Lily Peters. Lily exemplifies what it means to be an excellent student. Her quiet leadership and dedication to learning serves as an example for her fellow students. Congratulations to the Gold Key students from Martin Millennium Academy. Another round of applause for our elementary students and MMA students. At this time, I'd like to ask the middle school students to please line up. So the students from Parker Middle, Patillo Middle, Phillips Middle, South Edgecombe, and West Edgecombe, please make your way to be lined up.
Ahora pedimos que los estudiantes de Middle School de la llave dorada de Parker Middle, Patillo Middle, Phillips Middle, South Edgecombe Middle y West Edgecombe Middle se acerquen al pasillo.
Our first middle school is J.W. Parker Middle School, Principal Cheris Saunders. Chloe Parker. Chloe is a diligent, studious young lady who always puts forth her best effort and is happy to assist her peers and teachers when needed. Kamarius Mercer. Kamarius consistently goes above and beyond to support his classmates, always willing to lend a hand. He gives his best effort in class and collaborates easily with others. Desire Walker. She's an exceptionally bright young lady who puts forth her best effort in every subject. Polite and inquisitive, she isn't afraid to ask questions and is willing to help her peers. Jazira Williams has shown much growth academically. He has made gains in all areas and earned AB honor roll. He is a well-rounded and respectful student. Congratulations to the Gold Key students from J.W. Parker Middle School. W.A. Patilla Middle School, the principal is Ms. Denisha Strother. Our first student is David Cabrera Chima. David demonstrates leadership qualities and exemplifies good citizenship. He consistently serves as a positive role model for his peers through his respectful attitude, reliability, and willingness to help others.
David demuestra calidades de liderazgo y es un excelente ciudadano. Siempre es un modelo positivo para sus compañeros gracias a su actitud respetuosa, responsable y disposición para ayudar.
Messia Dozier. Messia is friendly and well-liked by her peers. She comes to school consistently and is a hardworking student that gives her best every day. She's a joy to teach. Zaire Tillery. Zaire is an exemplar of a great student. She makes sure she's on top of her grades and schoolwork and actively participates in class. John Lagunas Compas. John is a very hardworking student. He is always engaged and attentive in class. He helps his peers and always exhibits a positive behavior.
John es un estudiante muy trabajador. Siempre está atento y participa en sus clases. Ayuda a sus compañeros y siempre tiene una actitud positiva.
Congratulations to the Patilla Middle School Gold Key students. Phillips Middle School, Mr. Corey Williams is the principal. Lauren Scott Lloyd. Lauren is a model student who exemplifies a relentless spirit to do well and excel. She is consistently found leading her peers and helping them persevere through difficult tasks. Jamez Davis. Jamez is a joy to have in class. He is very respectful and always willing to help others. He has been involved in a community service project at a local nursing home and is always willing to work towards academic excellence. Leslie Martinez Hernandez. Leslie exemplifies outstanding leadership skills and is always ready to lend a helping hand to both her peers and teachers. She approaches every task with a positive attitude and a strong sense of responsibility.
Leslie demuestra grandes habilidades de liderazgo y siempre está dispuesto a ayudar a sus compañeros y maestros. Enfrenta cada tarea con una actitud positiva y un fuerte sentido de responsabilidad.
Nazavion Johnson. Nazavion is a very respectful and kind student. He is always willing to help his peers and teachers. He is a great role model for other students. Congratulations to the Phillips Middle School Gold Key students. South Edgecombe Middle School, Principal Mr. Billy Strother. Reed Austin. Reed has consistently demonstrated excellence in behavior and academics. He is kind and thoughtful and always steps up to help other students. He is truly an outstanding member of the South Edgecombe learning community. Ashlyn Mayfield. Ashlyn always gives her best effort. She's kind, considerate, and always willing to help others. She's mindful of what she needs to be successful and works very hard to reach her goals. Peyton Caraway. Peyton is a bright student who gives her best in all that she does. In addition to her high academic achievements and work ethic throughout the year, she also excels as an incredibly talented four-sport athlete and always displays school spirit and pride for her school. Mary Faith Gray. Mary Faith is a model student that is always ready to step up and help out staff if needed. She works hard in all of her classes and is always willing to help out a classmate if they are struggling. Congratulations to the South Edgecombe Middle School Gold Key students. West Edgecombe Middle School, Dr. Kelsey Valor is the principal. Gael Ramirez Sembrano is an excellent student who excels in all academic areas. He is an active and continuous learner who is always pushing himself to be the best.
Gael es un excelente estudiante que se destaca en todas las áreas académicas. Siempre está aprendiendo activamente, esforzándose por ser el mejor.
Christopher Warren Jr. Chris works very hard in his classes and earns stellar grades as a result of his efforts. He was a member of the school's robotics team that competed earlier this year, and he also attends Saturday camp at North Carolina State University through the MSEN program. Nevaeh Evans. Nevaeh is a dedicated student. She's dedicated to her studies and consistently strives to be her personal best. Her character is evident in her regular acts of kindness and willingness to go above and beyond. Alania Ruffin. Alania always goes above and beyond in class. She balances extracurriculars and academics well. She is a team player, self-motivated, and a student liaison to the math department. Congratulations to the West Edgecombe Middle School Gold Key students. One more round of applause for all of our middle school Gold Key students. It is now time for the high school Gold Key students to please line up. Students from Edge Academy of Health Sciences, Edgecombe Early College High School, North Edgecombe High School, Southwest Edgecombe, and Tarver High School.
Por favor, los estudiantes de secundaria high school de la llave dorada de Edgecombe Academy of Health Sciences, Edgecombe Early College, North Edgecombe High School, Southwest Edgecombe High School y Tarver High School, diríjanse al pasillo lateral.
Our first high school, Edge Academy of Health Sciences, Siobhan Creaky is the principal. Kendra Cooper. Kendra consistently brings a positive attitude to class, staying on task and working well with others. She actively participates in discussions, asks thoughtful questions, and remains engaged every day. Teresa Whitehead. Teresa is a focused and driven student who consistently demonstrates a strong work ethic. She remains actively engaged in her academic responsibilities while thoughtfully planning upcoming National Honor Society service projects. With her dedication and determination, she continually strives for excellence in all that she does. Katura Gunter. Katura is a positive influence on her school. She consistently sets high standards for herself and works hard to improve. She is a leader among her peers and is always striving for excellence. As a member of the student council, she often shares ideas for kind and thoughtful ways to celebrate other students. Stacy Norzagaray Escalante. Stacy is a bright and hardworking young lady with a sweet personality. She is always striving to improve. She isn't afraid to ask questions, whether for herself or to assist her classmates, contributing to a supportive and collaborative classroom environment.
Stacy es una joven brillante y trabajadora con una personalidad muy dulce. Siempre está buscando mejorar y no teme hacer preguntas, ya sea por ella misma o para ayudar a sus compañeros.
Congratulations, Edge Academy Gold Key students. Edgecombe Early College High School, the principal, Mr. Matt Smith. Nevaeh Manning. Nevaeh is truly a model student in every sense, whether she's lending a helping hand to her classmates or completing each assignment with care and excellence. She consistently shines. She is kind and compassionate and a leader in the classroom. Maria Williams. She approaches every task with determination, always following up and following through to ensure her work is completed to the best of her ability. She consistently holds herself to a high standard and never hesitates to put in the effort required to succeed. Jesus Cabrera Hernandez. Jesus is an exceptionally dependable and driven student who approaches every task with determination and purpose. A true servant leader, he dedicates himself fully to both student council and robotics, always leading by example.
Jesús es un estudiante sumamente confiable y motivado que enfrenta cada tarea con propósito. Es un verdadero líder, servidor, comprometido con el consejo estudiantil y el equipo de robótica, siempre liderando con el ejemplo.
Our next student is Amy Esteban Ortega, who regrets not being here. She's traveling with family, but she's a considerate young woman. Her thoughtfulness is evident in the small but meaningful ways she interacts with others. She is kind, patient, and ready to offer support.
Amy siempre es amable con sus compañeros y maestros. Su atención a los demás se nota en los pequeños gestos que marcan la diferencia. Es paciente, bondadosa y siempre dispuesto a apoyar.
Congratulations to the Edgecombe Early College Gold Key students. North Edgecombe High School principals, Mr. Roderick Tillery and Ms. Elena Ritter. Cynthia Whitehead. She continues to work towards becoming a better student and overall person. She is a natural-born leader who works hard and always excels. Faith Epps. She is a dedicated student who completes all of her assignments on time. She is very respectful of the classroom expectations. She shows integrity, sincerity, and a love for learning new things. Dontavius Hyman. Dontavius, also known as DT, is a joy to have in class and on campus. DT is meticulous and determined throughout each endeavor he encounters. He consistently strives for excellence. Nico Bastion. Nico has demonstrated leadership in the JROTC program and throughout the campus. She's a leader in the classroom and demonstrates what it means to be a North Edgecombe warrior. She is a masterful artist, providing beautiful creations and inspiring artistry throughout the campus. Congratulations to the North Edgecombe Gold Key students. The Fellowship of Christian Athletes president and is actively helping serve her community through that club. Crystal Mendoza Macias. Crystal is a responsible, kind-hearted, and level-headed student. Her bright personality shines in the classroom and can lift the spirits of everyone in the room. The leadership she demonstrates daily is a vital part of the animal science program at Southwest.
Crystal es responsable, amable y con una actitud equilibrada. Su personalidad positiva ilumina el salón y eleva el ánimo de quienes la rodean. Su liderazgo es una parte vital del programa de ciencia animal en Southwest y sirve de ejemplo para sus compañeros.
Ricky Smith. Ricky is a model student. He is a member of the National Technical Honor Society and participates in several leadership opportunities on and off campus. His positive character shows his ability to assist others within the school community. Zanarian Drone. Zanarian is a conscientious young man who goes the extra mile to achieve academic excellence. He always participates in class, provides thoughtful discussion and examples, and answers questions. Congratulations to the Gold Key students from Southwest Edgecombe High School. And finally, Tarboro High School. Miss Caroline Joyce is one of the assistant principals. Malachi Petaway. This young man exemplifies self-discipline and a strong work ethic, both of which are key to his continued success. He consistently completes his assignments on time and demonstrates leadership by actively supporting his classmates in accomplishing their goals. Reggie Bess. Reggie is an outstanding team player who is always willing to support his fellow students. He takes initiative in collaborating with classmates on assignments and consistently contributes to group success. In addition to his academic teamwork, Reggie is also a valuable asset to multiple sports teams, where his dedication and cooperative spirit continue to shine. Michael Edwards. He is an outstanding student who is kind and respectful. He does very well in class and works great with others. He exemplifies the values and the very best of Tarboro High School. And finally, Cole Craddock, who is not with us. He was competing in the golf state championship in Pinehurst today. He is a natural leader who consistently goes above and beyond to support both peers and staff members, whether lending a hand in the classroom or leading by example on the field. Cole's positive attitude and strong sense of responsibility stand out. Let's give one more round of applause for our Tarboro High School welcome students. I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Kristen Hare for being our interpreter this evening, and we thank all of you for coming to celebrate with us tonight.
We will take a 5-minute break while we're getting ready for our regular meeting.
This one.
get an extra one. You need an extra one? Thank you. Here, I got your phones in your purse.
How are you? Good. How are you all? Good. Wonderful. Good to see you all. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wonderful. Right. Congratulations. Good work. Good work. Thank you. All right.
The children are coming. Okay, we're at item 4 on our agenda, and that's our public comment section. I will need to ask the board to vote to waive our policy because we have more than 7 signed up to speak. Could we hear a motion to waive?
Madam Chair, I make the motion to waive our policy to allow all to speak.
Second. Has been moved and properly second that we will waive our policy and allow all to speak. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion is carried. Okay, thank you very much. Our policy is that we will have 3 minutes to speak. And since we have more than what's allowed to speak, I would ask all who's speaking if they would speak 2 minutes, and that will, instead of 3 minutes, if you would. All right, we're ready to start our public comment section. First person signed up was Quenisha Brown. Yes.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Quenisha Brown. I am with the Schools Emerging Community Redistricting Working Group. I represent my son, Zysir Johnson, age 8 years old, who is autistic and lacks functional communication. I'm here today to express my concern regarding the insufficient individualized support for students with autism within our school district. Research indicates that students on the autism spectrum often require tailored educational strategies and resources to thrive academically and socially. However, many of these students are currently not receiving the necessary accommodations under the Exceptional Children's Program, which can hinder their learning experiences and overall development. The lack of individualized support manifests in various ways, including inadequate access to specialized staff, limited one-on-one assistance, and insufficient training for general education, teachers on autism-specific strategies. This gap not only affects the academic performance of these students, but also their emotional well-being and social integration within the school environment. To address this issue effectively, I urge the board to consider allocating funds specifically aimed at enhancing individualized support services for students with autism. This could include hiring additional special education professionals, providing targeted training for existing staff, and developing personalized learning plans that cater to each student's unique needs. By investing in these critical areas, we can create a more inclusive educational environment that supports all learners and ensures that students with autism have equal opportunities to succeed. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Ms. Natalie O'Reilly.
Good evening. My name is Nathlin O'Ree, and I live in Meadowbrook community of Edgecombe County. And I'm not here by accident, but on assignment. I am not restricted in what I can say, but I am reserved. During the last school board meeting, I was very disappointed when it appeared that the board interrupted the progress of moving forward with public meetings to discuss and view proposed options for the community redistricting project. We went towards a direction of drawing another map that might help or not help. And the verbal discussion that occurred to question why you have heard from Meadowbrook community and not from other communities. Well, need I remind you that Meadowbrook is in Edgecombe County. And currently, Meadowbrook does not have a single elected representative on the school board. Earlier this year, the statement was made that you all would represent Meadowbrook. But at the last meeting, it did not seem that way. What I heard sounded like Meadowbrook is not represented, along with other communities in the Rocky Mount city limits, which have been abandoned by Nash County School Board and forced into Edgecombe County school system. Many citizens have expressed a preference for Map C, for fair district lines, not perfect lines, but fair. I applaud Dr. Bryan, who demonstrated foresight and planning to move us forward. But to sit and witness the lack of initiative to move the process forward by the entire group was very concerning to me as a resident of Edgecombe County. I hope that tonight's meeting will be more productive and that you will consider that Meadowbrook and all of Edgecombe County matters. Thank you.
Thank you. Angela Bryant.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm with the School Demerger Community Redistricting Working Group, and I'm here to just encourage you to move forward in the public information, public hearing phase of the redistricting process, and we're asking the board to make sure option C is moved forward as one of the options during that phase for public posting, public information, public hearings, and for further input and consideration. We want to encourage you to move to that phase for broader public input. It would also help us to know, have a timeline, and to know the steps you're considering taking between now and passage or adoption of a new map, even if those steps and timelines have to change, so that we can all make sure there's adequate time for public review and input with you in that process. Redistricting is probably the only area where you have to balance your own self-interest with the community's interests. Having been in your position in terms of running for office from new districts in my career, it helps if we can describe what the districts are easily, and neighborhoods, precincts, main roads are the easiest descriptors to help voters understand their new districts. And in my experience, the engagement part of redistricting will increase community engagement with the board and understanding of the board's operations. I also want to highlight that you're in a major transition to a new district. That transition has been delayed by the time frame for this redistricting infrastructure. It will be different and new for you to truly represent this whole new district. So please move option C forward to the next phase. Thank you.
Okay, next person, Barbara B. Brown.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am Barbara Brown, a resident of Meadowbrook. I'm requesting support for moving forward Map C for further consideration during the public sessions, public hearings, and map posting. It keeps my community intact. It would also allow me to know who is representing me and my community. It's the only map that keeps most of Precinct 12 together. Option C is the favorite of our community. I am participating in the Community Redistricting Merger Committee.
Thank you. Susan Perry Cole.
Good evening, Madam Chairperson and other members of the Board of Education. My name is Susan Perry Cole, and I'm a resident of the Edgecombe County side of Rocky Mount. I'm also a member of the School Demerger Community Redistricting Working Group. I want to begin my statement tonight on behalf of our group by pressing forward option C, which is the best choice for respecting communities of interest in Edgecombe for school board districts. I want to point out, too, that option C has some board member support. We ask that option C be moved forward for further review by the board in the community and public information meetings or public hearings. There has not been an adequate opportunity to discuss in depth this option with the board and the community and the positive attributes that option C has. For example, keeping communities of interest together is important for community representation. It is also important because people will be able to identify who represents them in a simpler manner. Our group believes that option C provides a fair percentage of the Black voting age population across all of the districts, avoiding the high numbers of Black population found in option A, B2, D, and D2. We are especially troubled by option D and D2, which have a high percentage of Black voters in districts 1 and 3. Let me mention that option D2 does not align with the purpose of drawing option D because it moves further away from the current commissioner district configuration that is represented in option D, thus raising the question of the purpose of this option as set forth by the board. Another question that is circulating concerns the continued request for changes to the existing map options. Regarding the creation of options D and D2 specifically, these options appear to have been made to achieve a specific goal. Thank you very much for letting me make this comment tonight.
Ms. Gloria Davis.
Good evening to each and every one of you. I am Gloria Davis with the School Demerger Community Redistricting Working Group, and I live in the Meadowbrook community, Edgecombe County, in the city of Rocky Mount. We believe that option C is the best choice for respecting communities of interest in Edgecombe for the school board districts, and that option C has some board support. And the community needs to become familiar with what is happening. And we'll ask the board to host public information meetings or hearings at least in Rocky Mount and Tarboro prior to adopting any map so that residents can have a better opportunity to let their voices be heard, ask questions, and engage with board members on the maps and the redistricting process. We request that some regular school board meetings take place in Rocky Mount. This will help to welcome Rocky Mount residents to the system. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Camillus Dancing.
Good evening. Camillus Bush Dancy II. I live 3 miles from Pine Tops and 7 miles from Tarboro, which is my physical address. My dad lived in my Pine Tops home. I have been attending this meeting dating back to the 80s, along with Dr. Evelyn Wilson and Ann Kent. The others of you have come on in the latter years. I had children I didn't have any children in the system back in the 80s. but I had a son and a daughter that went from elementary to high school and now have gone to college and been out several years. I said that to say this: it is not a requirement for me to have a child in the system to participate in the process. None of you have any children in the system, so to ask how many of us that have children in the system is irrelevant. I don't need to echo what everybody else has said. My choice is number 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Jim Wren.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Jim Wren. I'm from Leggett, Precinct 5-1. I come to you tonight in support of option C. One thing I want to say, being here tonight with the Gold Key students for the first time, all the public school students in Edgecombe County are in the Edgecombe County public school system. That's why we're here tonight, because this is a big step that Edgecombe County has stood up. The way Nash County had treated the school issue for so many years. And we said enough is enough, and this is why we've taken on these students into this system. At the same time, we're taking on 9,800 new residents into the voting for our school board, and they're 93% African-American population, so we have to create maps that bring these people into fair districts. At the same time, we drew districts that each incumbent was in a separate district, as was requested. Option C, the last time we board meeting, you requested a D2. A D2 has come out, but D2 also has a district with 89.5% African-American population. All the other options, except option C, have districts with 80 to 90% African-American population. Option C is the only one where there's no more than 76% African-American in one district. We think that's a fair distribution, and this, again, it was said last month, confirmed to the Nash Rocky Mount group. Our working group is Edgecombe County, from Rocky Mount, Battleboro, Whitakers, Leggett, Princeville, Tarboro, Pine Tops, Canita. I think we received a letter from our group with over 29 signatures. This represents an Edgecombe County group, not a Rocky Mount Nash group. And we ask you to get the public maps out for public hearings, and we ask you that option C be presented to the public in those hearings. Thank you.
Thank you. Reverend Dr. Joyce Spaeth Lane.
Good evening, board members.
Good evening.
Members of the community. My name is Dr. Joyce Spate Lang. I'm from the northern area of Edgecombe County, which encompasses Whitaker, Dunbar, Battleboro, Leggett, and Lawrence and surrounding areas, North Edgecombe High School, Phillips Middle School, and Coca-Wimley Elementary School. We believe that option C is the best choice for the respecting communities mentioned. It's important because Edgecombe County School District at option C has some board support. We are asking the board to move option C forward as one of the options for public posting, public information meetings, and public hearings, and for further input and consideration. Again, thank you, the board, for its transparency during the redistricting process. We appreciate it and hope that that continues as we continue through the rest of this process. Thanks for providing the sign-up link, for meeting notices, and for redistricting information, and for providing materials on the redistricting page. It would be helpful if the board would let community members know a proposed or tentative timeline and steps from consideration to passage of a new district map, even if that timeline will be subject to change and other calendar priorities. We would like to make sure that there is adequate time for the public to review the maps and to provide the input to the board. We are asking that the board host public information meetings or hearings, and at least in Rocky Mount and Tarboro, prior to adopting any map so that residents can have a better opportunity to let their voices be heard, ask questions, and engage with board members on the map and redistricting process. We request that some regular school board meetings take place in Rocky Mount. This would help to welcome Rocky Mount residents to the system. Is that the bell? Include them and familiarize them with the operations and leaders of the system. Option C is still the best choice for respecting communities of interest in Edgecombe County. And we thank Blake and the board for considering this map. Thank you.
Thank you. That ends our public comment section. I will ask the board members to move to item 5. And that is the approval of 3 different open session minutes. I will ask for the first, April 3rd, 2025, we had a work session. If anyone has any discussion or comments on that set of minutes, we need to hear it. If not, I need to hear a motion for approval of that set of minutes for April 3rd for our work session.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I make a motion to approve April 3rd, 2025 work session, open session minutes.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we will approve our April 3rd, 2025 work session, open session minutes. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion is carried. Thank you. Now we go to the next set of minutes, April 14th. That was our regular business open session minutes. Do we have any corrections or discussion about that set of minutes? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion to approve.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of the April 14, 2025 open session regular meeting of the Edgecombe County Board of Education.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we will approve our April 14th regular business meeting open session minutes. Jewel. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion carries. We have one other set of minutes. April 22nd, 2025. Does anyone have any comments in relation to those minutes? April 22nd. Hearing none, I call for a motion.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the April 22nd joint meeting open session minutes.
Second.
Has been moved and properly seconded that we will approve our April 22nd, 2025, our joint meeting with the county commissioners and the Board of Education. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you. We will now move to items for information.
Thank
and
you,
we
Madam
will
Chair.
start. Yes, sir. We will start with you, 6.1, our school updates.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a few announcements tonight. The ECPS promotes Mental Health Awareness Month. In honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, ECPS Student Support Services and the Family Resource Center are hosting a series of events under the theme Turn Awareness into Action. Activities include a school resource tour May 5 through 9, daily mindfulness moments starting May 12th, the district-wide mental health walk May 21, and a youth panel May 23rd, and Spirit Week May 27 through 30. Staff can always enjoy free exercise classes and surprise giveaways all month long in recognition of Mental Health Awareness for May. Also, empowering young minds through engineering. Last week, several ECPS elementary teachers and technology staff proudly represented our district at the 2025 K-5 Building Engineers Conference in Greenville, North Carolina. At this hands-on event, the team explored exciting ways to bring engineering, innovation, and design thinking into K-5 classrooms. They returned energized with plenty of fresh ideas, strategies, and resources to make STEM learning more inclusive, engaging, and accessible for all students. Also, ECPS had some educators recently honored at a statewide teacher celebration. 3 outstanding ECPS educators, Emily Lemus from 2025 Beginning Teacher of the Year, Tamika Farmer, 2025 Teacher of the Year, and Rachel Brackney, 2024 Teacher of the Year, were honored at the Rooted in Learning NC celebration at the Governor's Mansion during Teacher Appreciation Week. The event, hosted by the North Carolina Department of Natural and Cultural Resources, recognized over 70 educators statewide for their commitment to learning and growth. And very, very excited. Tamika Farmer is now on the advisory team for the governor, North Carolina, Governor Stein, and very, very excited about that. Also, family sessions to support exceptional learners. ECPS Family Resource Center, Circle of Parents, and Exceptional Children's Department are hosting 2 free sessions titled Understanding and Supporting Exceptional Learners for Families of Children with Autism, ADHD, and Other Special Learning Needs. Sessions will offer practical strategies, resources, and support with child care and refreshments provided. Events will be held May 13th in Princeville and May 22nd in Rocky Mount. Also, a free summer camp opportunity for rising 5th through 7th graders. ECPS Family Resource Center is offering Camp Essentials, a free summer camp focused on connection, creativity, and confidence for rising 5th through 7th graders. The camp includes hands-on activities, social skill building, meals, and transportation. June 16th to 20th at MMA in Tarboro, and June 23rd to 27th at Baskerville. Registration is open now with limited spots available. And also want to highlight that our literacy program at Coker Wimberley was highlighted last week with an article in EdNC, and certainly excited about that and progress they have made along with several other schools, and a lot of the work we're doing with literacy across the school district. It's the foundation of everything we do with our students. It's very important to what we do as a school district. Thank you, Madam Chair. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions or comments to Dr. Bryant in reference to all the programs that he has just mentioned?
It's pretty impressive that out of 70 educators, 3 came from Edgecombe County.
Very proud of our school district and our folks and the accomplishments they've won, recognition they've won on a statewide level.
Wonderful. Any other comments? We'll move to item 6.2. Our maintenance report, Mr. Perkins.
Madam Chair, I am sad to report that Mr. Perkins was ready to go tonight, and he is actually working on a maintenance issue right now. So you are stuck with me again to provide the maintenance report. I think we're about ready to queue up the. There we go. So there's some replacement of some bathroom repairs at Fairview Elementary School. We can move forward with that. Before we always like the after photo better, don't we? We can go to the next. Some office repair at Fairview. Before. Then the after repair. Did a great job on that. Some more office repair afterwards. Boiler room at West Middle School. Some work our folks have put in there. Also, Tarboro High School, a bearing replacement that the staff put together, took care of. Our folks continue to work very hard to make sure our schools are taken care of, and of course we continue to monitor things for us, obviously with all the rain we're having across the next few days.
Okay. Do you all appreciate that report that Dr. Bryant just made for Mr. Perkins? I'm just trying to find out what kind of report I should give to Mr. Perkins.
I think last report I gave, someone said I got a C- on it, so I'm not sure. So we'll see if we did better tonight.
All right, because I promise you, when I see him, he
sure
will
you will.
inform me what kind of report you gave.
I'm sure you will.
All right. Now we will move to item 6.3.
So, Madam Chair, board members, these are field trips that have been approved since the last time we met. If you have any questions about that, and also fundraisers. Extended day trips for Tarboro High School. Also, we had a trip, we supported Boys and Girls Club during spring break, which turned into, I think, a great opportunity for our students to have great time at Boys and Girls Club, Southwest Edgecombe, esports, and also a trip to Fayetteville State University, North Edgecombe High School track team, and fundraisers for Carver, Baskerville, and MMA. Any questions?
No, sir.
Anyone have any questions on those, the fundraiser and the trips that we've had since our last board meeting? Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Item 7, our committee report. We do not have any at this meeting tonight. We'll move to 8.A, our consent items. We have 2 of those, and we will have 1 motion on those if you have any concerns. Dr. Bryan?
Fundraisers for GW Carver Elementary School, and also for GW Bullock Elementary, and both of them for those 2 schools. And approval to accept grant funds award to ECPS Child Nutrition Department from No Kid Hungry in the amount of $20,000. Help us expand summer feeding model, purchase of a minivan, and I will also mention another item that I should have mentioned under my report. That will be a grant coming to you at the next meeting. We received a $250,000 21st Century grant to support some summer enrichment, particularly for pre-K, from Department of Public Instruction, State Board of Education, just in the last week. And very excited that we received that grant, and all the hard work of our team that put it together, and great things it's going to do for students during the summer.
Does anyone have any concerns about those before we call for a vote? Call for a vote on both of them. Hearing none, we need to hear a motion
Madam
on
Chair, I
the
make a
consent
motion.
items.
I make a motion to approve the consent items as presented.
As that was Evelyn Johnson, second. It's been moved and properly second that we will approve our consent items as presented. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. Thank you very kind. We're moving to 8.B. These are all action items. Brian, number one.
What you have in front of you is the local budget request for the 25-26 school year. I've outlined in a letter the rationale for the local current expense request and also for the capital requests that's also included in this. I would just say that the priorities, which I will touch on in just a moment, our top priority that's been expressed by this Board of Education and our team that's helped put this together is to retain and attract the very best available individuals to teach and support our students. Quality educators and staff who care about students and possess the skills necessary to help them learn are the most critical factors for student success. In the current environment, the district continues to experience intense competition with other school districts across the state and region that offer comparative local supplements. The competition for teachers is exacerbated by the continued trend that more individuals are not entering the education profession, impacting the number of candidates for certified and classified positions. Notice I say they're certified and classified positions. To retain and recruit the best employees, the Board of Education is requesting a current expense increase of $1,446,000. Last year's local current expense allocation was just over $10.6 million. The 25-26 request includes an increase in yearly local supplement from 10 to 11% for certified staff, and an increase of the yearly local supplement for classified staff from 300 to 1,300. Notice the special emphasis on classified staff because all of our educators, and I say all of our educators, meaning both certified and classified, support our students day in and day out from the beginning of the school day to late in the afternoon and early evening. This increase also includes raises for bus drivers and athletic coaches and an increase for all administrators to earn at least 7% to be equal to that of teachers, which primarily impacts assistant principals. The request also attempts to account for mandated state salary increases, which are unknown at this time because the state's still working on the budget, and also to apply to school district operating costs. Outline those things within what I discussed in reference to certified and classified supplement, also bus driver increases, and accounting for utilities increases that are ongoing within our school district. Our local capital budget request, total request is for just over $5 million. We, as I noted before, our maintenance department tries to take care of our aging schools as best we can, but it takes a lot of additional funding to upkeep and maintain the life, extend the life of our buildings. During the last 4.5 years, Edgecombe County Public Schools used conservatively in the neighborhood of just over $12 million from ESSER funding to upgrade facilities. As everyone knows, ESSER funding is no longer available and was encumbered last year by September of 2024 and spent out by December of 2024. We also use lottery, local sales tax, and capital funding to repair roofs, doors, necessary renovations, and emergency repairs. However, we still have many facility needs, and I've outlined those needs, which was also presented to the Board of Commissioners on our joint meeting back in April, and also I made a few additions to that take into account a couple of different things, from a HVAC rotation replacement at the middle schools and the gyms, to a couple additional parking lots and some other things. And tried to divide that up between things over $150,000 and local budget projects under 150. We believe that we're an important cog for education within our community, both support the individual development of our students and also for the betterment of our community, especially in terms of economic development. We want to make sure that we are supporting our students in our community at this time, which comes at a critical time for our community. Edgecombe County is ranked as the most distressed county in North Carolina based upon the latest data considering average unemployment, median household income, percentage growth in population, and adjusted property tax per capita. I think these data support the idea that we are critically important to ensure that our students and community are striving and reaching the potential that we can. We want to make sure that we are part of the solution to how we can move our county forward and make it an even better place to live. Concludes my budget presentation, Madam Chair. Any questions from the board?
Yes, I have a question. In 2024, we ran a bond to raise capital funds to help out 5 just schools that we couldn't even work in unless we raised some extra money. And what I'm driving at, have we finished paying that bond off?
Was it a 12-year payoff or more than that?
It's more than that.
So it's still active?
And I say that, Madam Chair, because when I attended a county commissioner meeting recently, there was a bond debt that was still on that county was paying.
So it's still, that's why I'm asking, is it still active?
Right.
Yeah.
Could we find out where we are, Dr. Bryan, with that? Because that comes out of our budget every year, the part that we're paying back.
That's correct.
Just so we'll have a better idea of projecting things in the future. I am pleased with the budget. The biggest concern I have had from the merger or demerger, depending on what side you're on, is a problem with school buses getting kids to school in the Rocky Mount area. And that was one of the concerns that the parents had talked about. And I see that you have tried to increase salaries and hoping that will be a solution. Do you think that will maybe attract more people to drive buses? I know it's a fix-it. This is not the only place in the world, United States, North Carolina, but we've got to get our kids to school for them to learn. And I know you are more concerned about it than anybody else in this room, so I'm not being critical, but that's something I see on a regular basis on Facebook. We're not going to have a bus at this school today. I know Jewel and I follow very closely on Facebook, and it seems like it's very distressing, the number of times that we don't have transportation to or from school for our kids.
I believe it's part of the answer. Our transportation department is trying very hard to recruit more folks to drive and also get folks trained. The process for that is difficult and tedious sometimes. But I think for us is trying to recruit and retain enough people to do that. It's not an easy task, but trying to increase their hourly wage and some other things that maybe we're looking at that are looking at combining some things, maybe support more of a wage for that, which we might bring back to the board, is what we're trying to do to increase the number of drivers we have.
Well, I know you have worked on it all year. We've talked about it several times, and I was glad to see this added to our budget. But it is a huge concern because a lot of those schools are in areas with busy streets. And I certainly wouldn't want my children crossing busy streets between neighborhoods and things like that. But that's been one of the the biggest concerns I've seen, because I think we've gone in and we've tried to repair buildings and put great teachers in and enrich the programs and give support to every, to the teachers and the community the best we have. We just haven't been able to get the school buses there as frequently as we would like.
We're going to keep working on all those issues and more, because we're going to try to do the best we can for our students and our community.
Well, I know you always do. We do the best we can. I just hope we can make a magic wand go and fix something.
Does anyone else have any questions or concerns in reference to the budget? Because this is the time we actually have to do it, or need to do it. I hope you've had time to study it thoroughly. But there's a section in this budget that's mentioned. I appreciate the information on the academic performance and low performance schools. You do address that because that's crucial. And I won't call names out or anything like that. I'm just saying it's very important that we know which schools are or which schools are not. Low performing are the schools that have net growth. That is very good information. And I appreciate you putting that in the budget, because then it lets us know how hard we really have to work in getting our students. We've talked about everything about the merger and everything, but no one has mentioned anything about our students, and that's who we have to move forward and make sure that they are on grade level and so forth. That's the crucial piece to me in putting that in this budget section, because we're gonna really need to do that. Okay. If we have no other comments, we're gonna ask for a motion to approve.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of the superintendent's county budget request and submission of the county budget request 25-26.
Do we hear? Don Johnson. Okay. Did you hear that, Ruth? We have a motion to approve the superintendent's county budget request and submission of the county budget request for 25-26 school year. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you for bringing that. Okay, we'll move to 8.2B. That's Ms. Sykes. As a matter of fact, she's got 3.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, other members of the board, and Superintendent Dr. Bryan. I'm here tonight to request approval of the contract between ECPS and Kinetic Physical Therapy, an increase for occupational therapy services. Just to kind of give a background about these contracts, this is kind of including the increase for our 4 new schools. And then we typically assess about 30 to 60 pre-K kids a year. We're at 119. So that is where these increases are coming from.
Does anyone have any questions? Any questions to her? Hearing none, I need to hear a motion.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the contract addendum between Edgecombe County Board of Education and Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness Incorporated for occupational therapy services for 24-25 school year.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve the contract addendum between Edgecombe County Public Schools and Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness for school year 24-25. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. And the motion carries. Okay, 8.3B.
This is a request for approval for the contract between ECPS and Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness for their speech therapy services.
Does anyone have any questions on that? Eight point three B, hearing none, we need a motion.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the contract between Edgecombe County Board of Education and Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness Incorporated for speech therapy services for the school year 2024-2025.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve the contract between Edgecombe County Board of Education and Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness Incorporated for speech therapy services for the 24-25 school year. Any other discussion on that motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. 8.4B.
This is to request approval of the contract addendum between ECPS and KidSpeak for speech language therapy services, and this will cover ESY and compensatory services for the summer for therapists that we had out on maternity leave.
Any questions on 8.4B? I need to hear a motion for approval. It's been moved and properly second that we will approve the contract between Edgecombe County Board of Education and KidSpeak and Speech Languages Pathology Services for the school year 24-25. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed the motion, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, you have another 8.5B.
AIG.
Yes. Brandy's gonna come up and present that. I'm gonna bring some papers up there too.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, Dr. Bryan, and the board. We rewrite our ECPS AIG plan every 3 years, and we have made a few updates to our plan that have been presented to you before this meeting. Ms. Sykes is just passing out a quick one-sheet, one-pager on what we did change. On the front is what I'll be talking about, where there's a picture. On the back is just a quick snapshot of what you have the long version of. On the front, Practice A, from Standard 1, we made changes to Practice A, F, and G. There are no changes to our identification process, but we've clarified that transfer students that are already identified in other counties will automatically go into the AIG program. There's no need for the needs determination team to reassess their eligibility. Practice F, no changes were made, but we clarified the process for obtaining parent consent for AIG services. So we will meet with parents and guardians to approve and review their differentiated education plan each year. And if there's not an in-person meeting isn't possible, we do send that home. Practice G, in Standard 1, we've added that a semester progress report will be sent to parents from the AIG program. We've also clarified that the DEP development process includes input from all educators familiar with the student's abilities. Standard 2, we just made some clarifications. In Practice A, we clarified ways in which we differentiate weekly or bi-weekly small group sessions with the AIG specialists, differentiated assignments or units based on individual needs, extracurricular enrichment activities, cluster grouping of 3 or more similarly identified gifted students, grade or subject acceleration, inclusion and co-teaching by the AIG specialists and core teachers, and advanced math classes for students scoring the highest score of a 5 on the math EOG. These are all options to serve our students and differentiate. Practice G, we updated this practice to reference the current board policy on early entrance to kindergarten. Practice I, we added that we are developing a plan to provide differentiated curriculum and lessons tailored to gifted learners at each grade level. Standard 3, we didn't make any major changes. Remember, we do this every 3 years, so some things do stay the same. Standard 4, we added on Practice C, academic coaches and MCLs at each school will support that classroom differentiation that's happening in every core classroom throughout their quarterly PLC meetings, and they will also look at that subgroup of AIG students. Practice F, this practice now includes the development of mini lessons for teachers and staff on best practices in gifted education that we will share with teachers in the future. Standard 5, we did not have any major changes. And Standard 6, which is the last one, we included that parents must give informed consent. That kind of goes back to that Practice F. And for their child to be identified and placed in the AIG program, they will be notified and sign the DEP, knowing that that their child is in AIG. So with that, I ask for the approval of our 3-year cycle of our AIG plan, and see if you have any questions.
I have one. If I understand this correctly, each year you bring this for the 3-year, or what we're approving now will go
our program will be based on what you approve now for 3 years.
Okay.
And then in 2028, we'll do this again.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you much. Anybody else need to ask anything about?
Yeah. Brandy.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have to do any after-school programs for your AIG children?
We used to do Quiz Bowl a lot after school. This is when we were fully staffed. Right now, our AIG teachers, I'm serving 5 schools, and Ms. Knapp is serving 5 schools. We have some retired teachers that are serving part-time. So unfortunately, after-school activities are difficult to carry out since we're at several different schools. But in the past, when we had more AIG teachers, we did do that because we were able to go to those schools after school.
Is that on the wish list?
It's definitely on the wish list. I'd love to have more staff. That'd be wonderful.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I need to hear a motion for approval of 8.5.
Madam Chair, I make a motion for the approval of the 2025-28 academically or intellectually gifted AIG plan.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve our academically and intellectually gifted plan for 25 through 28 school years. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Thank you very kindly. 8.6B, the payroll calendars. Ms. Oh, she's coming.
Good evening. Good evening, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, Board of Education, Superintendent. I'm here to present the 25-26 payroll calendars. Recommendation for approval. I'm ready. If you have any questions, if not, I recommend them for approval.
I was gonna say. Oh, yes, I do. Speak, Madam.
8.6B.
Your review, you'll be able to see that they're for the, yep,
Yeah.
traditional early college, 12-month, 11-month, 10-month, 9-month. Food service, bus service group, summary of each payroll calendar is attached for your review. It's based off of the previous calendar, academic calendar that was approved. Yes, ma'am.
You have, I do. This is sort of pulling something we looked at earlier in the meeting about the grant for the summer feeding program and the nutrition calendar. So I know that our summer feeding is different from our 9-month.
Yes.
How are those employees paid? I mean, it's money, federal government money, or?
They're paid out of, so child nutrition, they're paid out of the summer grant. So each summer program has its own funding source. For instance, the reading programs and those different programs. So what we do, like for instance, the regular school program calendar for this year ends in June, but then we also have the summer programs that start after the regular. So then there are extra payrolls that are added. And what we do is we sit down with the committee to establish those pay dates to try to keep them in line with our regular school 12-month and 11-month calendar that starts in July, but making it equitable for everybody that's getting paid.
I'm glad you're trying to keep it in line for the employees, and I guess that's the money you were talking about, some of the money you were talking about earlier.
Like the 21st Century Grant that we just received.
So you
And
line it up with the money you were talking about for our summer program with the summer feeding and more deliveries. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you would look at the child nutrition employee payroll section.
Okay.
They work 200 days. Are you comparing 2012, 2013 with what we're doing 25, 26 school years? Is that a comparison?
Pardon me, I'm want to look at, you're looking at the.
Look at
The last paragraph.
right, the last paragraph. Yeah, let's see. Not the last paragraph.
Well, it's the last paragraph on that page.
Yeah, but it's not, so it's hard to tell.
They pay about hours still on. It's the last paragraph. They are.
Uh-huh.
They are.
Yes.
It's a comparison. Is that what it?
Well, it's just referencing when we started paying them hourly.
It continues.
And that we're continuing to pay that way.
Okay, move up to the ISS employees,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? do they get a different paycheck each month, depending on what?
Depending on the hours that they work and depending on how many planning days are in the month. So any hourly employee, they get paid for the hours that they work. And depending on how the payroll days submission, we try to make the payroll submission dates and the time period that it covers equitable every month, but also depending on how many planning days and depending on, like, say for this school year, if it's days where we're virtual or different things like that, depending on the job position that they have, depending on if their department supervisor may have something that they're able to do working from home or virtually, can depend on what they receive in payment that month. So the same goes for any ISS employees, as child nutrition, TAs, all of those different employee types that are, well, not TAs because they're paid a salary, but any position types that are paid hourly. Was that helpful?
You're just saying it's more fluid than if it was just a salary?
Yes, ma'am. No work, no pay.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on tight.
Take your time.
Okay, I don't have any other questions. Does anyone else have any questions about the payroll calendar for 25, 26? Hearing none, I need to hear a motion for approval.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the 2025-26 payroll calendar as presented.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve our 25, 26 payroll calendars as presented. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, keep going. 8.7B.
All right. I'm here to recommend for approval the request of the board to the state-funded teacher supplement paid for teachers and certified instructional support personnel per state PRC 071. This act became state-funded in 2021, and they're continuing to fund and provide an additional supplement that has to be paid by June to all teachers and certified instructional personnel. One of the things that I do want to point out is that previously we were able to supplement some of the pre-K teachers that are not covered through ESSER, but this year we did provide budgeting in the beginning of the year to continue to pay them, so that way it's equitable across all teachers and certified instructional support staff throughout the district. And I would like to recommend this for approval.
Does anyone have any questions on that section? Does anyone have any questions on that one? 8.7B. Need to hear a motion if we don't have any questions.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of
Teacher supplement.
state-funded teacher supplement paid for teachers and certified instructional support personnel per state using PRC 071 for pre-K certified teachers and instructional support personnel for fiscal year 25-26 as presented.
24-25.
24-25.
Yes, sir.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
On mine it says
Is
25.
that what it's supposed to be?
Yes, pardon me. Do I have it written incorrectly up here?
Yeah.
Should be for
The one
20.
said the information you gave was 24, but on our sheet that was
Should
25,
be for 24.
That's correct.
24, 25, right.
You did it correctly on
Yeah.
the information you gave us.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Should be for 24, 25.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You
Okay.
gave it to us, right?
Just make sure it's right in the motion.
Okay, yes.
We're good.
24, 25.
Oh, no, what the? Okay, 24, 25.
In the information.
Was that in, you did the motion?
I did.
Okay, did you said it right, right? Okay,
Because she gave us the information, 24, 25.
And a second
okay.
from Dr. Johnson.
And, okay. Rose, did you hear? Dr. Johnson seconded the motion. I will state it. It has been moved and properly seconded that we will approve the state-funded teacher supplement pay for the teachers and certified instructional support personnel per the state using PRC-071 for pre-K certified teachers and instructional support personnel for 24-25 FY school year. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, you got enough?
No, I'm all done.
He just needs to change it around.
We all out of money. Oh, okay. No, mine not looking right. I'm supposed to have. Oh, okay. Is that better? All right. Now, my paper said 8 feet for school. Oh, okay. Dr. Brown.
Madam Chair, 8.8B, up for discussion and recommendation from the board tonight. Approving next steps for posting and public feedback on draft redistricting maps. Have Blake here with us tonight, also Ms. Stagner, and we'll turn it over to them for right now and then seek discussion from the board.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. Madam Chair, Vice Chair, members of the board, thank you. I'll keep this short. You have all received 5 separate options for redistricting. I'll just briefly remind everyone, option A, based on the instructions of the board, was developed to preserve the core districts that are currently existing to the extent possible. Option B2 is provided that was intended to create districts with compact regular shapes. Option B2 keeps incumbents within the districts and does not double place incumbents. Option C, the instruction of the board was for attachments and grouping of identified communities of interest, and that was based on public input and feedback that was received during a public an open time for the public to submit requests and information. After those were reviewed, the board requested option D, which was to replicate the county commissioner districts to the extent possible without pairing incumbent board members. And then recently the board asked for a slight revision of that based on a desire to reduce divisions of communities in Rocky Mountain and to retain more constituents to the extent possible in District 5. So you all have received those. They've been out there for public otherwise it's, we are just waiting on your direction on how to move forward.
Yeah, that's what for me.
What did he say? I didn't get what.
He
Did
has
he
nothing
say
more.
anything?
He said he had no more.
He doesn't have any other thing to add to. All right, board, start talking. Anybody can start talking right now, based on what she just read, and we asked for it.
Madam Chair, I certainly recommend the going forth to present to the community option C.
Madam Chair, I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. I make the motion to go forth with option C.
Sir, before we make motions right at this moment, could we have just a brief discussion?
Okay.
And the brief discussion should be, are we presenting to the public one map or two maps?
My discussion is two.
Raymond, what were you saying?
My discussion was one.
I'd like to. One.
I can't hear
She said
her.
two.
She said two.
She said two. One, two.
All right, so,
And I'd like to clarify something too. When we asked for a difference in D2, the communities of interest in Tarboro.
And we can't kind of hear you down here.
well, they said that
The
they can't hear
communities of interest in Tarboro, in the area that is District 5, we're not communities of interest to be intact. I mean, when I went through and looked at them, they didn't have anything in common. I don't know how they were picked. I neglected to look at them in January. I'll say I didn't really pay much attention. But they were not communities of interest to stay intact for District 5. And that's why we asked for a revision of D2 when the comments were made tonight. I just wanted to clarify why we asked for that.
I feel like we should offer the public at least an option of two maps. Because when we originally talked about it, talked about maps, we were not talking about 4 maps with all the different times that we have been talking about maps. But I personally feel that the public should have an option. And that's why I'm thinking we should post at least 2 maps. If that's what we're talking about publishing. For the public to come up and look at 1 map, or will they get a chance to look at 2? So,
And we did say that at the beginning, we were going to do 2.
yeah, I was just wondering, was I the only one
No,
in this room, on this board that did never hear that? I know I heard that, and that's what my focus has been, is watching and looking at the different ones. What do we have? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L.
And that was before we got all of the other alphabets in there.
We had a lot of alphabets. And to me, that would be giving the public an opportunity to say, or look at that community, where they're located and so forth. Because that has to be on the map. All the communities has to be on the map that's posted. All right. So we ready to move forward?
I have no problem.
could I ask for a motion to have 2 maps posted?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we post 2 maps for redistricting of,
Some public study.
Okay. Could you hear her?
Yes, for board member to speak into the microphone so everyone can.
She couldn't hear you.
I make a motion that we provide 2 options of redistricting maps for public viewing.
Do we have someone?
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will have 2 maps for the public to observe. Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Put your hands up. Let me see it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Opposed? 4. And opposed, 1, 2, 3. All right, the motion passes that we will have 2 maps for the public to observe. Now we need to know which 2. All right, now we need to know which 2.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that one of the maps under consideration would be D2.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we have.
I gotta act on his motion first.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we will have D2 as one of the maps. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by raising your hand. Was that 4? Was that 4?
Yes.
Thank you. Now I need to hear Lily's motion.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we have option C.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will have option C as the second map. All in favor, let it be known by raising your hand. Okay, so for your information, it will be C and D2 to put up. Is he listening? He can hear. Oh, yeah, put your foot up or something. I can't hear that. All right, what's next information we need?
I believe the superintendent has put together a framework for receiving public input, and so I'll turn this part over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Stegner. At this point, because we looked at a lot of dates between now and the end of May, and with everything going on at our schools and high schools for after-school graduation activities, et cetera, did not seem to be a really good time. So I am proposing the dates, and I'm going to come back to a timeline on this after I say this. June 10th, June 12th, June 23rd, and June 24th to seek community feedback at, and these are the sites that we've mentioned since we discussed this back in, I believe, going all the way back to February. We would post or have these community meetings Tarboro High School, North Edgecombe High School, Southwest Edgecombe High School, and probably D.S. Johnson Elementary School in their multipurpose room.
10, 12, 24.
June 10th, June 12th, June 23rd, June 24th. We would like to talk to our school administrators at each one of those sites to ensure that before we announce the date, to ensure that everything is clear on those dates. But we can get that done probably by the end of the day tomorrow to make that happen.
So
And
we could pencil them in, do we have a time? Would it be like 6 o'clock? you
we're
think?
looking at 6 o'clock.
Okay, that way I can get it on the calendar.
Give the dates again, Dr. Brown.
June 10, June 12, June 23rd,
Oh, it's 23rd, I put,
and June 24th.
oh, I did have 24.
With the hope of presenting to a board meeting or bringing the issue back for a decision from the board by the end of June or by the regular board meeting in July. That will depend upon the will of the board and when they want to make that announcement. Also, we will be announcing by the end of the week places where we will put the maps just for public observation around the county. But I need, before we announce those places and times when they will be there, we need to get a little bit of information back from our printer to make sure that we have everything set. I want to make sure we have them out there in time so everybody can see them. And we will alert the community through our listserv and our website and social media about all that information I just shared and confirming details as quickly as possible.
Does that answer? And
I mean, that's certainly fine.
That's-
By consensus is agreed with that. I don't think we need a motion.
okay.
If anyone has anything to add to that, or everybody's okay with that plan.
Yeah. Fine with me. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Mr. Ellis, could you take me across?
We have one more item, Madam
Oh,
Chair.
I'm trying to.
I have one more item, Madam Chair.
8.9B.
What you have in front of you tonight added is a lottery application, approximately $180,000 for a roof repair at Baskerville Elementary School in the area of the kitchen, cafeteria, media center. And I will just remind everybody, even after our board approves this, they require approval by the Board of Commissioners and signatures by the chair for the Board of Education and chair for the Board of Commissioners to be forwarded to the state.
Dr. Brown, is that all one building?
It's all in one area. Yes, sir.
Any other questions? In reference to, I think it's a great idea, and if it's a dire need, I'm happy that we can ask the county commissioners and we're still getting the lottery funds.
Dr. Bryan, since we have, I know we're waiting on signatures, is there a time frame? Do we have a contractor in line, or?
We do not yet.
I didn't know if you just investigated.
We wrote on the form estimate that we'd start this in July to hopefully be completed by August.
So it's not an emergency situation at that school? I mean, just
No.
I know it needs to be done, but it's not anything we need to do right this second?
Not that I'm aware of at this time.
Okay. We need to get a motion for approval.
Madam Chair, I make a motion for the approval of the lottery fund application project for the distribution request, public school, anyway, for Baskerville Elementary School at an estimated amount of $180,000.
Second.
Did you hear the second? Raymond? Raymond, second that. Did you not second that?
I did.
Yes, you did.
It's been moved and properly second that we will approval of the submission and of $180,000 lottery funds for the Baskerville Elementary School. All in favor of the motion, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Now,
Madam Chair, I make a motion under the North Carolina Open Meetings Law, Section 143-318.11A, 1A3, and A6 to go into closed session to consider personnel matters, to consult with the attorney, to preserve attorney-client privileged information, and to prevent the disclosure of student records rendered confidential under the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act 20 U.S.C. 1232G, and the disclosure of personnel records rendered confidential under General Statute 115C-319 through 321.
second. Has been moved and second that we will go into our closed session. We're gonna meet in that same room. Okay, it's been moved and properly second that we'll go into our closed session. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries.
Introducing the brand new app for Edgecombe County Schools. It's everything ECPS in your pocket. This is the home screen. Tap the 3 horizontal lines in the bottom left to see all the menu items. To turn on push notifications, tap Settings, select Notification Preferences, and allow notifications. Tap Subscriptions to subscribe to your school. The Events section shows a list of events throughout the school. You can use this button to add an event to your calendar, or tap here to share the event with friends and family. The feed is where you'll find updates from administration about what's going on throughout the school, whether that's celebrating a student's success or reminding you about an upcoming deadline. Search Edgecombe County Public Schools in the App Store or Play Store to explore the app for yourself. It's everything ECPS in your pocket.
personnel management, listed personnel.
And I second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve our personnel management. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. The motion is carried. Thank you very kindly. We also have reviewed our closed session minutes. Could we hear a motion for approval
Madam
unless
Chair, I
there's
move for the
some
approval of the
opposition?
closed session minutes.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve our closed session minutes, April 14, 2025. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Board correspondence, do we have any? Hearing none. Item 12, items brought by members or superintendent for consideration or discussion. Hearing there is none. I need to hear a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Has been moved and seconded that we will adjourn our meeting. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you all for coming. We had